everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at a printer, and it kind of goes with the what can you get for line that I've been doing, and this one would be what can you get for 20 bucks. Now I probably should have started it turned around here, but I'm going to show you what it. This is the price that they had it listed for, $40. But the day I went to get it, everything was half off. So I paid $20 for this very old Brother printer. Now, that sounds like a crazy idea, I know. Why would you buy an old Brother printer that you don't even know if it works? It says it works, but how good does it work? Does it work? We don't know. But what I do know is this printer uses the LC51 cartridges. What's so great about an LC51 cartridge? Let me show you. Switch back over here. Now you will notice something quite remarkable if you know anything about printer cartridges. There is no chip on this cartridge. If you insert this cartridge, it will ask you if you changed the cartridge. And if you say yes, it will automatically show it as full. So now you don't want to do that if it's not really full, because now you got problems with it running out and then the print nozzle getting dried out, and you don't want to do that. But the point of it is that you are able to do, because the printer is old and chipless, I'm able to buy these cartridges at $1 a piece basically. So I got 24 cartridges for $24. So $1 a piece printer cartridges. I got 4 sets of each color, and I got 12 black. So this is enough for most people to print for a very, very, very long time. And it costs $24. Now, if you compare that to how much it costs for most printers to have 4 cartridges, you're probably looking at anywhere from $60 to even $100 or more. So the value in something like this is through the roof. So $20 printer, $24 worth of cartridges, you can probably print for a year or two with no problem. Now, if you're doing like really, really high duty per month, of course, you're not going to see that. But this printer was never designed for that kind of output. But it is a very good printer, and I would think it has a good bit of life in it, because most people don't ever use printers as much as they think they will. So what we're going to do today is we're going to see if this printer is even working. Is it any good? Can we use it? Now, I did power it on, and it showed me that the cartridges weren't full. So what I want to do here is show you this is where the cartridges are. So what we want to do is just start new with new cartridges. Now, this did include one Brother printer, OEM Brother printer cartridge. Now, the thing about it is we don't know how old the ink is in this, and I'll be the first to say that the 2-year shelf life is usually incorrect. They usually last much longer than that. I've used ink that was 5-10 years old and didn't have any problem. Will you have problem? It's possible. So I'm not saying that I recommend it. I do it just because I don't really care. I paid 20 bucks for this. So now I'm going to open up these cartridges. I'm going to get out one of each of them. So we got a yellow, we got a red, we got a blue, and we get one black. We're just going to put those other cartridges up. You never know, might need them someday. So we'll just take these cartridges. You see they got them sealed real good, and they also have easy open tear. So let's get all of those open. On top of that, they use this tape. I'll show you here. They use this tape to close the air holes. So before you insert the cartridges, you're going to want to make sure to open those air holes back up. So let's get all of these open. And you'll notice the black is a little bit thicker. So that's good. The black is supposed to be pigment. I don't know if these low quality cartridges actually use the pigment ink like they're supposed to. I prefer to use refillable cartridges, and I'm going to show you another video. It's coming up very soon where I picked up another printer for $5. It's a really nice Brother printer. It had some problems with maybe some kind of bugs, maybe ants, or I don't know what it was, but got up under the scanner and got a little bit of mess on the scanner. I just took out the screws, lifted it up, cleaned it off. I don't really care too much about the scanner, but just in case I ever wanted to. I often use a scanner on one of my higher end printers or a standalone scanner. So I got a standalone Epson that does a little bit of better quality. But anyway, back to this printer. So we're going to pull out all these cartridges. Not too hard to do. So we're just going to snatch them out of there. Now there's probably some ink left in these. Yeah, there seems to be some ink left in them. But I just want to start with all new. And here you can see all of them are OEM except for this one. So they already have a third-party ink to replace the yellow. Don't know why they're using so much yellow. Maybe they got colors yellow. So I'm just going to pull those off. Let them breathe. And then I can see where they're supposed to go here. See if I can feel it in there. Maybe I'll turn it around real quick here. I'm not doing a very good job. Okay, there's one of them. And there's two. And get it right side up there. Okay. It's a little bit easier when you can see it. There you go. Got three of them. Sorry about that. It's a little bit slower this way, but I just wanted to show you we were putting in all new cartridges. And there we go. Looks like we got them all back in good. We're going to close that cover. And now, let's see if you can see this. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but I can tell you it says, did you change the black? 1 or 2? 1 yes, 2 no. So yes, we changed the black. Did you change the yellow? 1 yes. Did you change the cayenne? 1 yes. Did you change the magenta? Yes. And now it's going to run a cleaning cycle. So we're going to give it a minute. We're going to let it run its cleaning cycle. And then we're going to try to copy on high quality this brochure, or well, not a brochure, it's like a flyer that I send out with a lot of the orders that I get. So I have several websites that sell products. I have a one-page plain colorful flyer that I like to send out. So the flyer just lists company name, thank you, some of the websites for jewelry, website design, art and supplies, and a couple of the other websites that we have, including one that shows a list of all of the websites. We got our contact information. So just a basic kind of flyer with a dragon on it, because that's who we are. We're Dragon Artworks. So it looks like it might be primed up and ready. So let's flip her back around. And we're going to pop this under the hood. Make sure we got her in there good. And copy and color. Now, when I looked at this, or when I got this, they had it written down how or when this printer was put out on the floor. And I've seen this printer there before, and it was put out on the floor like over a year ago, like a year and a half ago. So this thing has been sitting up for a year and a half. So I'm not sure what we're going to get out of it, but I mean, we're about to find out. So it's quite possible, and I would have to say probable, that we're going to have to run a few cleaning cycles. But what I usually like to see is I get something out of it, right? It's printing out some color, some black, and then I'm like, okay, the nozzles aren't completely clogged. I can run a couple cleaning cycles. I can get the printer working. And that's usually the case. I've had very few printers decent printers like this, that I wasn't able to run the cleaning cycles and get it to work. Does happen, and that's just a write-off. I never take them back. This is a thrift store that supports local homeless programs and homeless people. It helps put the homeless up, especially like during the holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas. They offer homeless people boarding, like in a local hotel or a local motel or something. Just get them off the streets, let them know somebody cares about them. So I never take it back. I mean, it's just a donation at that point. But I do like to get a good deal, so I'm not I'm not against getting a good deal. And that's why sometimes I go when they have the half off sale, just to see what they got. And I went this time to get this printer because I've seen it there a long time, and I kept saying one of these days, when they have that half off sale, I might get it, even though it's more expensive than I usually buy for a printer. I just thought, okay, there it goes. It's through with its scanning, and it's going to try to print this thing out. So let's switch up again and see what comes out the other end. There you go. And you can see $40. I'm probably going to have to clean that up. But yeah, this thing's really nice. I mean, automatic document feed. It's got basically everything, except this was before they started doing the wireless, so that tells you something. Wireless is not a new technology for printers. It's pretty old, and this predates that. But I've found that the print quality on these older printers is still excellent. Really, really good. I wouldn't use it for like professional purposes, but hardly any of the newer printers are good for that either. What this is good for is a small office or a home office or something like that. And it's good for printing out lots and lots of pages cheap. You're probably looking at, like, in ink costs, I would be surprised if it was even a penny a page. And you compare that to these newer printers that are all so great and all of that. And hey, I'm not looking for the best prints ever made. I'm looking for good prints that serve their function, and a lot of them are going to be just black, which is why I like having the 12 black cartridges. I do a lot of printing of coloring pages and stuff like that for my daughter. And I also print mini books for her. I do printing. Whoa. Hold on, folks. Look at that. You saw it yourself here. Now I'm going to take out the other one. And I can say yes, this one, I printed it on one of my better printers. The quality is a little better, especially in the blacks. Let me see if you can see that more clearly. In the blacks and in the contrast, this one is printed on a newer Epson ET. It's an Epson EcoTank 15,000. It does some pretty good printing. It's not your super high-end printer, but it is a good printer. Now, in fairness, this printer hasn't kicked out a page in 1.5 years, so we may be able to get a better quality print out of this after we run a few cycles. So there you go, folks. But I'll tell you what, I'll take that print right there. For the money, I'll take that print, because I'm going to print these full color pages for a fraction of what you're going to pay for most printers these days. Like I said, I would be shocked if I'm paying a penny a page. So you get 5,000 sheets for $5, right? Or 500 sheets of paper for about $5 now. And so you add another penny a page for the ink, and counting the paper and the ink, you're only looking at maybe 2 cents or less. I challenge you to find a printer that'll do better than that. Now, one other thing in fairness that I should have just mentioned is, rarely are copies as clean as printing directly from file. So that's another reason why this may not be quite as good. It's an older scanner. It's probably not going to print as good from the copying as it does from file. But even that said, again, you take a look at those, agreeably, not as crisp, not as clean, but it's a copy and it's looking really good. So, a few things here, folks. One, there's no reason in the world this printer should be in a landfill. It's just, I'm not a, what do you call, I don't even know how to say it. I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't like to pollute. I don't see any reason to throw something like this in the landfill. That doesn't mean I wouldn't. I'm also not on that side. I don't go left or right on this kind of stuff. What I do go is, why? Why throw it in a landfill when it has a lot yet to offer? So this printer can offer you a lot of years of service still. And you just think about what I just did. This printer, a year and a half, has not printed a page, and it kicked out a pretty darn good copy first shot. Now, my favorite printers are Epson. I have a lot of Epson printers that just print fantastic quality, and I have a couple of brothers that also do very well. But the biggest difference I have noticed between especially my older Epsons, like my 1400s, my Artisan 50s, like that, the biggest thing I've noticed is they get clogged up. You got to run them through a lot of cycles very often, and they sit too long. It's really difficult and occasionally impossible to ever get them to print again. Now, the brothers that I found, on the other hand, in the thrift stores, they all worked. And usually I have to run a few cleaning cycles, but here you got one that shocks me. It just went ahead and kicked out the first page. So, that's it for today. I appreciate you watching. And remember, don't go thrifting all the time unless you really enjoy it and that's something you're going to do. But do stop by a good local thrift store that supports charities when you're passing by. That's what I like to do. I like to stop by every once in a while. I'm passing by there, and then I'm not disappointed, because if I don't find anything, it's okay. I didn't expect to. 9 out of 10 times, I probably won't get anything. But the other time, I pick up this one or the other one that's an even better and more modern printer for $5. Is that one going to work? Stay tuned. We'll see that soon. If you like this video, please like it. Subscribe to my channel to see the next video and some of the other videos that I have and will make. And if there's something that you'd like to see, leave me a comment down below. Maybe I'll do it. Have a good day.